Okay, starting straight here, we have Phil Holden with us, Director of Windows Live, and we'll ask him a couple of questions today.
Hey Darren.
Hi Dan. Okay, so we've got Windows Live Mail, we released yesterday, version 6.
Yep.
How are you feeling about it? How's it coming along?
We're feeling pretty good. You've probably noticed we've made a few changes. I think the obvious change has been we've actually removed one of the main ad properties, what we internally call the skyscraper. And that's obviously that big banner on the right-hand side.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, we've done a lot of work with both the advertisers and the end users, and basically there was solid feedback from both communities that that experience was not the best. And so, you know, we've chatted about this before. Our whole focus for the live, and you know, I think Mail is a great example of this, is really it's taking time to really internalize the feedback and then make changes based on what customers tell us. So I think that's a good thing. We're roughly about 3 million users. 4 million users right now using the beta. Our goal now is really to get a sort of a final batch of feedback, but our primary focus is around perf and scale. And so you can expect to see us do a lot of work on scaling the beta, getting more users in, and then actually spend a lot of time looking at the performance. Are we snappy enough? Are we responsive enough? And that's really our primary goal right now is getting the thing ready. And we've done. I think we've done a pretty good job on the user experience. We've got the new user experience and we've got the old user experience, and people can choose. We've done a lot of work on making that old experience as compatible as we can. There's still a little more work to do. There's still more work there, but I think we're making good strides on that. You know, you probably noticed that there's now a search feature in the old experience, whereas there wasn't before. And so. And, you know, I think, you know, we find it takes about 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month to get feedback. You know, of course we get initial feedback, but really to get the breadth of people to tell us what we feel it takes a few weeks. So I think, you know, it's really up to you guys out in the audience to tell us what you think.
What's happening? Okay, and what about when you actually sign up to Hotmail? Shouldn't you be asked there and then if you'd like to join Windows Live Mail?
Well, I think at some stage that will absolutely happen. But when I look at our primary focus for Mail, it's really to focus on our existing base. We've got well over 210 million users. Many of those users have been with us for a long, long time. You know, I've had my Hotmail account way before I was connected to any of this business stuff, 10 years. You know, and you know, there was some time when we weren't maybe as invested in Mail as we could have been. You know, and the Hotmail UI stayed very constant. There wasn't a lot of innovation there. We kept on cutting back storage and so forth. And, you know, our customers have been through a lot. And they really value their ID. Right? And so what we're trying to do is focus on our customers today. They're the people that we really care about getting feedback from. You know, both the good feedback and the bad feedback. Once we feel like it's ready for them, then we'll start to open up to more people. But you know, that's going to take us, you know, a little while. And you know, when I think about our product focus, it's really about making our current user base happy.
Yeah, definitely. That's the main goal. Okay, and how comes it's taking so long? Steve Ballmer, for example, says it's going to take 5 years. Surely you've got to do it a bit quicker than that, because Google's just going to catch up.
Well, I think. I must admit, I don't have the context of Steve's quote, so I'm not going to sort of comment on that.
Of course.
But when I look at, if you look at the whole web services space, you can sort of separate it in little areas. There's clearly search. We are not where we need to be right now in terms of that. We're very much focused on getting the relevancy up. We're actually making good progress. We're only a few points away from Google right now, but obviously we need to, you know, keep improving. And then in search, you know, as well as the relevancy discussions, our focus is around improving the user experience, you know, really on a goal of preventing 1 search equals 10 searches. We want to remove that, and I think we can do a lot of that in UI work. You know, we've got some good usability engineers. We spend a lot of time bringing people into our usability labs, and we're experimenting there. And then the other area with search is sort of extending it. You obviously know that we've just started a Q&A beta, sort of community-based search. We released recently a product search, you know, and so academic search. And so I think, you know, Google is, a very talented company. They know what they're doing. They're very focused. And in search area, we just need to just do a better job. But we are focused. If you were to look again, though, maybe in communication space, let's look at mail. Let's look at Messenger.
Yep.
Right, we've got 210 million Hotmail users. That number is actually growing rapidly right now. We've got over 200 million Messenger users, which is growing rapidly right now. I'm afraid I'm not privy to the Gmail numbers. I think they're a little bit smaller than that. We've got a very active base, and we're focusing our energy in that area around innovating on that contact store. We think of, all of these Messenger users, all of these Hotmail users, that's a very, very valuable network.
Yeah.
You probably use at least some of that products. You're probably a Messenger user. You spend most of your time in Europe, right? That's the dominant Messenger product right now. And our focus is all around increasing the value to that customer base and then extending that. As you know, we launched a beta trial of social networking.
Yeah.
That's live right now in a couple of markets, and it's really around extending that network to social networking. You're obviously aware that we're focusing our attention on VoIP. Adding VoIP to the existing network. So, I think if you look holistically, we're clearly in some areas we're very much doing very well. We're actually the leading messaging service, on the planet.
Yep.
The largest, communications base on the planet, really. In other areas, search, we've got a lot more work to do. So it's hard to sort of say that we're in constant catch-up, because I actually think in many situations we're actually leading. But in other situations, we need to do better.
Yep, definitely. Okay, and what about blog search for actually searching blogs? Because a lot of people seem to be going that way with RSS feeds.
No, for sure. I don't think we've discussed the specific plans on that. I know from, it's clearly an area of focus for us. You can expect to see things from that. I just don't realistically know what time frame that is.
Right.
If you look at blogging in general, I think one of our key jobs right now is we have this MSN platform, MSN Spaces. Very, very popular blogging service.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not a geeky service. It's not out there for people like you.
It's just general.
But for people that want to start blogging for the first time, they want to share pictures of their friends and family, it's a very, very easy service to get up and running, and our numbers are showing how popular it is. But, as you know, that's still under the MSN brand, and the user experience, the UI, is still under the MSN experience. So we're in the process of liveizing that.
Yeah. Any ideas?
I think you can definitely expect to see some activity, at least in terms of some initial previews and so forth in the summer. It's I can't quite tell you honestly if it's going to be early summer, i.e. before August, or later on. It's a little bit too early on that. But we want to focus our attention on getting that experience right. Taking that contact card, which is a consistent element you're going to start to see, and putting that into the network, and then having that sort of leveraged for other services. So that's our predominant focus there.
And about live local, I hear you've got some new imagery for Europe.
We do indeed.
Like Roman places.
With a little bit of luck, in a few minutes I'll be able to show you some. We are working on that. You can expect to see us do some updates soon. Not in all of Europe for sure straight away, but it's a major focus for us, because we got a lot of positive feedback both from users and advertisers on the imagery for local. But at the moment that's very much focused on the United States, and that's a key business for us for sure, but it's certainly not the only business.
No. Okay, I think that's about it, really.
Thanks for your time.
Welcome.
Thanks for coming.